I'm going to show you how to build a real WordPress website with AI using a popular AI website builder. And at the end, I'll show you a quick and easy way to use AI to create much better content so your site doesn't just look good, but it actually has a better chance of bringing you traffic too. Okay, so in this video, for our example, we're going to build a dog grooming website from scratch. So regardless if you're a local dog groomer, or maybe you're building this for a client site or any other kind of business, the process is basically the same. We'll use Bluehost for the hosting, and then we'll use Bluehost's AI website builder, which comes included with the account to generate the site for us. And if you want to follow along with me, then you can access Bluehost at a discounted rate via the link in the description below this video. Okay, let's get this set up first, and then I'll show you how to use AI to pop out a professional looking WordPress website. So head to Bluehost and you want to navigate to WordPress in the menu bar right here and select WordPress hosting. And then on this page, if we scroll down, we will see the different plan options. So if you're new to building websites or you just need one website, then I recommend just going for the starter plan. This will actually allow you to build up to 10 different websites, as well as getting a free domain for the first year, a free CDN to speed your website up, free SSL certificate and malware scanning, and a few other cool things. So it's a pretty comprehensive plan. And at the moment, the discount rate is up to 62%. But the level of discount does depend on the term length you select, and these discounts can change from time to time, so bear that in mind. Anyway, if we click on choose plan right here, you're then given the option to choose your free domain. So if you already have a domain in mind, you just enter it here, or you can click this button to choose domain later. So just for speed of this video, I'm going to click choose domain later. And then on the checkout page, there's just a couple of important things to note before you proceed. So first of all, just know that with all Bluehost plans, you get a 30-day money-back guarantee if you cancel within your first 30 days for any reason at all. But that said, it's important to recognize that in the top right corner here from the drop-down menu where you select your term length, by default, Bluehost will automatically put you on a long 4-year term, which you might not want. So you can change this to 3 years, 1 year, or even monthly. Now bear in mind, the longer your term length, the cheaper your hosting is going to be. But if you just choose to pay monthly, you don't get the free domain. So a good all-around option is to choose 1 year hosting. This will still qualify you for the free domain and a decent discount. Now the second thing is on the left sidebar with the recommended add-ons. Bluehost automatically by default checks Site Lock Essentials for you, but I don't actually want that, so I'm going to uncheck that. And then my hosting comes down to just £51.28 for the whole year. So that's around about $65 for the whole year, something like that, which is a very good price considering Bluehost is a decent hosting company. And this is actually saving me well over 50% for the first year. Just also bear in mind that that discount does only apply for the first year only. So from the second year, you're then paying the regular price. So in this case, it'll be £106.95 per year, which is around about $120 per year. And you're good to go. And then once you're in your Bluehost account, to begin building your AI website, you'll go to the left menu bar and select on websites. So here we can see a couple of websites that I've already created inside of Bluehost. But if you're setting up a new one, you're going to click this button right here to add website. Then from these options, we're going to click WordPress. And now here is where you can access Bluehost's AI website builder. Now, this next part makes a big difference because the better the info that you give the AI, the better your first draft is going to be, which means less fixing later. Now, to access the Bluehost website builder, click anywhere in this box, and then we need to give our site a title. So for our dog grooming example, let's call it Happy Paws Dog Grooming. And then from the drop down, you want to select the site type. So for us, it's going to be business and service. And now this is the important bit. We need to give a description for our site. So the more specific, the better. And also feel free to give a lot more information if you want to. But as this is just an example, the description I'm giving for this site is a friendly local dog grooming business in Brighton, UK, offering full grooming, puppy grooming, nail trimming, de-shedding, and wash and blow dry services for small and medium-sized dogs. Let's hit next. And now if you've already got a site logo, you can drag and drop it in here, or you can use this button right here to create our logo with AI. So let's click this button, and now Bluehost's AI is also going to whip up a few different logos for us to choose from. Okay, so here's the 3 logos that Bluehost's AI has knocked up for us. Now, they're not going to win any awards, but they're certainly good enough to get going. Or you can click generate more to have another go. So we got 2 more, and I'm going to go with this one. Just click to select, and then I'm going to set it as the site logo. Now don't worry, you can always change this later, so you're not stuck with it if you change your mind. Now at this point, we just hit the next button, and Bluehost gets to work building our site. So at this point, it's actually going to create the main pages of our site, like the home page, contact page, about page, and a few blog post examples, as well as writing the content to get your site started too. Next, Bluehost has created us 3 different layouts to choose from, and we can preview any of these by clicking on the preview button, and then taking a look at what our site's going to look like. Now, as you notice, it hasn't yet changed any pictures. This is just the layout that we're looking at, and I quite like this. This looks really nice. And if we want to look at option number 2, you can see it in the right sidebar here, so I can click on preview and then have a look at the layout for this particular style of website. Now it looks okay, it's pretty professional. Don't personally like that one as much. Now let's go to number 3 and see what this one looks like. Also, it's okay. It's not quite as good as the first one, I think. So for me, I'm going to choose this first one. I just think it's a much better layout overall for what we're trying to go for. Now, this is where it starts to get fun, because at this point we can start prompting the AI to make changes for us and get the site looking just how we want it. So before we start making changes to our site, taking a look as it is. Now, first of all, ignoring the photos for now. We're going to address the images in a minute, but we can see that all the content is perfectly aligned for our business. So expert dog grooming in Brighton's great title. Then we have a little overview of our site too, and we have a call to action to contact us today with a number, which of course we can change for our real number, email address, another call to action to book an appointment, information about our location, and then generally more content about our services and what we offer to our customers. So this is excellent to start with. Now for our first change, how about we get the AI to create a call to action button right down here that will go to our booking page. So in order to make changes now in the AI, I come to the top right corner and click on this button that says customize with AI. And now here in the right hand side, we can give prompts in the prompt window down here to ask the AI assistant to make changes for us. So the first change I'm going to make is I'm going to ask for a button to appear here underneath the email address that links to our contact page. So for my prompt, I've asked add a button underneath the email address on the home page. Button text equals book an appointment now. Button color is red. Make this button links to the contact page. So I'm going to submit this to Bluehost AI, and it will take just a minute, not even a minute, actually 2 seconds to whip that up for us. So now here is our button, and to keep things simple, I can also make manual changes as well. So I'm just going to click on this text and delete this text right here, and there we have our button. And if I click on the button, I can see that this button is also linked to our contact page as well. Perfect. It's exactly what I asked for. Okay, next let's sort out your images, and I'm also going to show you a trick that you can use to quickly and easily optimize your images so your website pages load faster. This will help you to rank better in the search engines and also reduce the chances of people leaving your site just because your page is taking too long to load. Now, before you upload your images to your website, I highly recommend you first convert the image files to a WebP file. This will make your images and therefore your website load much more quickly, reducing the chances of people leaving your site too early because your page is too slow. Plus, if your website is loading slowly, then it's highly likely that Google will demote your ranking in the search results as well. So it's well worth your time spending a couple of minutes to do this step. All you need to do is come to this free resource right here called PicFlow. I've left a link in the description below this video for you, so it's easy for you to find it. Once on this page, if your images are currently a PNG file, then from this drop down, select PNG, or if they're JPG, then select JPG. Mine are PNG, and I want to make sure that this option is already on WebP. Then all you do is drag and drop your images into this box right here. Click the Convert All button, and instantly PicFlow converts all your images for you. Then you can click this button right here to download them all to your computer. So now all your images are the correct format. You're ready to upload them to your website. Now back in your website page builder, quick way to upload all your images at once is let's go and select one image right here. So I'm just going to click on this image, and then I'm going to click this replace button, and then I'm going to click open media library. And now here I can drag and drop all my images into the media library all at one time. Then it's really important to add an alt text to each image. So with this image selected, all I'm going to do in this box is write something descriptive about this image. So dog having a bath for this image, and then do the same thing for each of your images. And then I'm going to select the image I want to be used for that services image, which is this one right here. Click select. That's going to change out this image right here. And now what we can do, since our images are already uploaded to our WordPress media library, you can simply click on any of your images that you want to change, click on the replace button right here, open the media library, and then select the image you want to change it for. Click select, and you switch your image out as easy as that. So I don't like this, so I'm just going to click delete on this box right here. And I'm going to ask the AI to change this section from a 3-column to a 2-column section and place the contact us today and the location information in each of the columns. So here's my prompt, and I'm just going to submit this to Bluehost AI, and hopefully Bluehost will change this out for us. Okay, excellent. That's exactly what I asked for. So the AI is just first of all telling us that it's done that task and asking us how does it look. So I'm just going to say good, but centralize the content of both columns. Let's submit this to the AI, and this should tidy up the layout of these columns. Now it's only changed the headings, but we want all the content centralized. So I'm just going to ask it to centralize all the content and our button as well. Okay, perfect. Now starting to take shape. Next, let's quickly switch out the rest of the food related images for dog grooming related images. So just click on each of your image, click replace, open your media library, and then select the image you want. Very simple. This just takes a few seconds to go through and update all your images. So it's a really quick process. I'm just going to do this for each of our images, and I'll pause the video while I get this done so I don't waste your time. Then we have one more image right here. Just do this one. And now that pretty much should be all our images. Okay, so the next change I want to make is I want to make this services section a bit more clear. So in this paragraph, all our services are explained, but I also want to have each of the services listed in bullet point format underneath this paragraph. So before we give our prompts down here to the AI, what I can do is actually first of all click on this paragraph, and now you'll notice in the prompt box, this little label has now appeared, which says at paragraph and then the first few words of this paragraph. So now when I give my prompts to the AI, it will know exactly which paragraph I'm referring to. So now I'll give my prompt and I'm asking, add a bullet point list of each of the services offered underneath this paragraph. And there we go, the AI has now made those changes for us. So now you can continue prompting the AI until you're happy with your homepage. And then once you're happy, come up to the top right, click on save. And then if you navigate to the top left and click on the WordPress logo right here, you also have other options such as styles, where you can edit the colors and the fonts and things like that across your whole site. And then you have navigation, where you can adjust your navigation menu. I'm actually going to show you a better and easier way to do this in a minute. Then if we click on the back button right here, we also have a shortcut to access the pages that Bluehost AI has already created for you, which are these ones right here. Again, I'll show you in a minute an easier way to find and manage these pages in a moment. And then you also have an option right here to change your template, which is essentially the overall layout of any of your pages. And then going back one more time, we also have patterns. Now, patterns essentially are different elements that you can drag in to any of your pages. And this makes it a lot quicker and easier to create your website and get it looking exactly how you want it. So at this point, the homepage is looking pretty solid, but the AI has also created other pages for you as well, like the contact page, the about page, and also a few dummy blog posts. So let me show you how to find and edit those as well. Okay, quick pause here. If you're getting value from this video, please go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. On this channel, I share step-by-step guides on how to simplify the tech side of your business to help you be more productive, how to actually use AI and other smart tools the right way, and how to turn those tools into systems that can potentially bring in more revenue. So if that sounds good to you, then I'd love you to be a subscriber so you don't miss what comes next. So there are multiple ways to access your WordPress admin area where you can access the rest of your site, but a quick and easy way to do it is just to log back into your Bluehost account, come to your websites in the left menu bar right here, select the website that we're working on. So for us, it's this one right here, and click on WordPress admin. And now here in the WordPress admin area, we have first of all a shortcut to go back to our homepage to make more edits if you want to. And in the left sidebar, we have all these other options. For example, we can find all our pages here. So if I click on all pages, these are all the pages that Bluehost has currently set up for us, including the homepage right here that we've previously been working on. So if I were to click edit on this one, this would bring us back into our homepage where we can continue working on this particular page. But we can also see that Bluehost has created these other pages for us too. And we also have an option at the top left right here to add more pages if we want to. But next, let's take a look at the about page that Bluehost's AI website builder has set up for us. I'm just going to click on edit. Okay, so that's a pretty weird looking about page, but with a few simple edits, we can switch this around very easily and make it more in line with our particular website. So this section right here, I can click on it to highlight the whole section. I think this is going to look much better at the top rather than at the bottom. So with it selected, I can simply click now this little arrow to move this upper section and then click it again and move it right to the very top. I'm then just going to delete this section. I think that looks pretty weird. Doesn't really apply to us. And I'm going to click this little plus button in the bottom right corner here and choose the columns. And let's select a 3-column row and we can enter some of our services. So dog grooming. And then in this column, we can enter another service. I don't know, nail clipping. I don't really actually know anything about dog grooming at all, but I guess they all need their nails clipped, do they? And let's add another one, no, dog baths. And let's just throw another one in there as well, perhaps dog walking. And then if I put my cursor on any of these settings, I can click this little plus button, select the paragraph option, which will drop down underneath the service. And then I can write some information about the service. So very simple. And of course, you can quickly switch out any of your images by clicking on the images, click replace, open your media library, and then choose your dog grooming images. So very simple. Let's just click save on that. And then if we come back to the top left corner and click on the WordPress logo, we'll go back to our pages section. We can see the other pages that have been set up for us. For example, the contact page right here. If I click on edit, and we can now make edits to our contact page, just like I showed you before. Now let's click on the WordPress logo again, the top left, to go back a step. And we will also see this posts option right here in the left menu. If I click on all posts, here we can see that Bluehost AI has set up 6 dummy posts for us. So this one is wash and blow dry, the ultimate dog pampering, we've got de-shedding techniques, the importance of nail trimming, and so on. So if we select one of these, how about dog shedding techniques for medium dogs? Let's click edit to take a look. Now, Bluehost AI is unlikely to have written the whole content for you. It's probably just written a little bit of content. So it's created a title and a short bit of content just to start you off. Now, at this point, most people make the mistake of just going to a tool like ChatGPT and asking it to write you a 1,000 word or 2,000 word article on a particular topic, then hoping that it will rank in Google, which is unlikely. Reason being is that doing that won't produce a high quality article that is also optimized for search results and an article that is actually based on the search intent for the particular topic that you're writing for. So a much better way to do it is to use Frase. So Frase here can write your entire articles for you, but before it writes your articles, it goes out and checks Google on your particular topic, does some deep research on the top articles that are currently ranking for that topic. So then it knows exactly what Google is looking for. It will then write your article with the correct search intent, optimizing your article for SEO, and also ensuring that your article has a higher chance of being found by AI platforms like ChatGPT and Perplexity as well to bring you extra traffic. So here in Frase, I'm going to quickly show you how to use it, and if you want to give it a go yourself, you can get access to a 7-day free trial via the link in the description below this video. Now, once you're in Frase with home selected in the left menu bar, you'll come to this page right here. Let's click on the top option, which is to generate rank ready content that is both SEO and GEO optimized. So we click on this option. Now here we're going to enter our keyword or our topic. So the topic we're working on is de-shedding techniques for medium dogs. And under word length here, we can actually write really lengthy articles, but let's keep it as a 1,500 word article for this one. And then I'm going to click generate content. But before it actually writes the content for us, what it's doing now is it's going out and it's searching Google. It's checking all the top results that are ranking this keyword. So the articles that are getting the most attention, the most traffic, it's checking all the subtopics that are in those articles, getting clarity on what should be and what shouldn't be covered in this particular article. And then with all this information, it's going to create an outline for us first right here, which is currently being generated. Frase also searches the people also asked section in Google search results, as well as Reddit articles and core articles for common questions related to our topic. It puts all this together and then creates our outline for us right here. So we can have a look at our outline where we can make changes, we can delete anything we don't want to be in here, or we can add any new sections. So we're starting with an outline that we're really happy with. Now, before we actually get Frase to write our article, in the left column right here under SERP, we can see that Frase has found 13 articles on our topic, and you can have a quick look at these. And this is what Frase is going to base our article on. Now, it's not going to copy these articles. It's just going to use it for inspiration and guidance. But looking at the list, if there's anything that's not actually very closely related to our topic, we can remove it from our list. Then we come to the bottom here, click on this button to generate article. So now Frase is going to write our SEO and GEO optimized article for us. Okay, so now this took a couple of minutes and Frase has finished writing our article, and it's given us so far an overall score of 59% for optimization. So if I click on this button here to review and optimize, here first of all we can see our article. We can see that Frase has also created an image for us as well, which is a pretty nice touch. And there's also citation links in our article as well, which is really handy. And at the bottom here we can see the word count is just under 2,000 words, which is fine. And then in the left sidebar, we can see the overall optimization score of 61%, and that's broken down by 66% for the SEO optimization. And SEO optimization is basically how well it's optimized to be found in search engines like Google and Bing and DuckDuck and places like that. And the GEO optimization, this is how well optimized the article is to be picked up by AI platforms like ChatGPT and Perplexity and so on. So if I click on the SEO optimization tab, this section will open up and show me all the related keywords that are in our article and how many times each keyword has been featured in our article. And to improve the SEO score, you can simply add some of these keywords that are in gray. This means that it's not yet in the article. So dog shedding tools, if I add that in the article 3 times, that's going to help to improve the SEO score. Professional groomer is only in there once, but Frase is recommending it should be in there twice. So we can add that one more time. Will also improve our SEO score, and so on. And then if I close this and take a look at the GEO optimization, currently on 56%, here are a few more tips that we can apply to our article. For example, simplifying sentences, clarifying headings, lengthening certain paragraphs. This will then make this article much more likely to be picked up and cited by AI platforms to bring you even more traffic. Now, it's not necessary to get these scores to 100%, but spending 10-15 minutes just improving the optimization slightly is always helpful. And then personally, I'll also break up these paragraphs a bit as well, just to make it a little bit clearer and easier to read, especially if your website visitors are on mobile. We don't need this extra subheading right here. Then once you're happy with your article, you can simply copy the whole content, head back to your website and paste in your optimized content. So first of all, I'm just going to delete this dummy content that Bluehost AI created for us and paste in our article. And now here we have a highly optimized article that's going to stand a much better chance of bringing you traffic. So now you've got your site live and you've got a simple way to add content that can actually bring you traffic, which is what most people miss. And if you want to create this exact setup for yourself, then I'll leave my link to get a discount on Bluehost in the description box below this video, along with a 7-day free trial to Frase, so you can even get your first few articles live for free. Now, if you want to see how to find valuable low competition keywords that people are actually searching for related to your niche, along with my method to create articles with AI that actually sound like a human wrote them, then watch this video right here.